Hello folks, and welcome back. We're going to embark on the second Protoss mission, which is Into the Flames. So we've cut our teeth on the Protoss campaign with the last mission and becoming an executor with the first strike mission, where we took back Antioch from a Zerg invasion, and now we need to see what the next step is. So the following night.
Entaro Adun, Executor. Your defense of Antioch has restored my faith in the Templar caste. I admit that Tassadar's desertion had shaken my faith.
Indeed, Aldaris. I would hope that the Judicator would put more faith in their Templar brethren.
Tassadar, where have you been?
Be silent, Judicator. There is no time to waste, and I have much to tell you. As you know, the Zerg vanished after the fall of the Terran world of Tarsonis. And though the Conclave bid me return home, I was compelled to remain. A powerful psionic call drew my attention to a remote barren world named Char. Apparently the call was answered by others as well. For upon Char, I encountered those who were once our brethren, the Dark Templar.
Consorting with the Fallen Ones is heresy!
Enough! Hear me, Executor. For I have learned much from the Dark Templar prelate, Zeratul. The Overmind controls its minions through agents called cerebrates. Strike down the cerebrates, and the swarms will surely fall.
Executor, Tassadar may be right. If you can keep the Zerg occupied, my force may be able to penetrate their perimeter and slay the abomination.
I pray we can trust you, Tassadar. Already I can sense the taint of the Fallen One's influence on your mind. You must return to Ire at once.
My concern is for the safety of Ire, not the judgments of the Conclave. I will return when the time is right.
So there we go. We have to defeat the cerebrate. So we have to distract the Zerg while Fenix gets into position. So there'll be a timer at the start of this mission. Kill the Zerg cerebrate. Obviously Fenix must survive. I'm going to leave it at that, but there may be something you remember from the Zerg campaign that may illuminate a slight flaw in this plan, perhaps. But we'll see. So we get the Reaver in this mission, which will be quite nice. It will be nice to get you to use those for a change. Also, we can see the shiny iron nexus. So we got 15 minutes to kill. Well, I say to kill, to make good use of, while the Protoss forces get into position, or Fenix's forces get into position. So let's have a look around here. So we've got a ramp down here we need to be careful about, but we've also got a ramp up here. So I'm going to move a zealot up here, just see what he can see. Now, I think an assimilator would be a good idea, and while that is building, that probe can go to mining. As expected, an attack up there. Now, on his own, that zealot's going to get overwhelmed, so let's bring in some support.
The warriors have engaged the enemy.
Now, we've not got a lot of minerals to play with here, so we might want to think about an expansion. I vaguely remember playing this mission a while ago, and I do remember running out of resources quite quickly actually, so that's going to be one thing I want to be fairly cautious about. I think we'll start putting some probes into gas soon. You can see we've not actually got a very big map to work with at the moment. I wouldn't like to scout out just yet because we've got a lot of units to... we've not got a lot of units to work with. I think a gateway is going to be quite important now. And again, once that starts building, that can go back to mining. We'll get some more gas. Get that zealot out of the way. And I think quite a dragoon heavy build again, because I do like dragoons. I'm actually going to put that into gas as well. And let's queue up another probe, I think. And I'm going to want another pylon very soon, actually. In fact, let's have a second pylon to back up that warp gate. Gateway. every so often I'm going to be accidentally calling the Protoss buildings, or well, various buildings, the StarCraft 2 names. The gateway is the Protoss unit building in StarCraft 2, but you can turn it into the warp gate, which is a much better version of it. Basically, they are just objectively better. We've been told about the shield battery, so there are 100 minerals. I nearly said gold. 100 minerals, and they basically recharge your unit's batteries. They're not terrible. They can be quite useful actually in the campaign. Now, hopefully that doesn't block anyone in there. I'm going to build one just to show it off, and also it's nice to have a bit of shield recharge. It's the closest the Protoss get to healing. You can actually get medics to heal the Protoss zealots or zealots in if you, well, I say you can get medics. Yeah, see, you don't get medics as standard. Now this, you can either target the regen or you can right click with the unit. Definitely need a cyber core, but while we're waiting we'll get a zealot in. They say my life for hire when they spawn in, but it's become a bit of a weird meme for them to be saying my wife for hire, so I've never heard it, but maybe I'll put a little text thing when he pops out there saying my wife for hire. I don't know, you'll see.
My life for hire.
I'm actually feeling another gateway. I'm going to leave a little bit of space for him to exit. We are going to need another pylon as well. We've got another 10 minutes to kill.
You've not enough minerals.
We certainly have enough minerals now, my friend. Let's get some more probes. And what I want to do is start sending. So I'm going to send a zealot or two up here. In fact, yeah, we'll see. Can we afford a dragoon? I'd quite like a forge as well, actually, because that will be very useful. Of course, because we started building the forge.
I long for combat. Honor guide me. He saw too.
I kind of want these zealots to hold position here. It's quite hard for enemy units to get through that gap there. I'm trying to think what else we can build to get access to. We definitely want the singularity charge, actually. I think a few more probes when we get a chance as well, but I'm gonna prioritize this. Yeah, we've got some Zerg forces coming there, but they've burrowed, so we can't actually see them. I'm very tempted to actually build a pylon up here and see if we can get some photon cannons down. Yeah. Now, they're going to hold position there. Let's get some more dragoons. Pull him out there. And we can actually... And then these two can come back here. So the photon cannons here will be very useful. And in fact, let's get a pylon up here as well. And we'll get that back to mining while we wait. So those can hold position there. We'll stick some dragoons over here. We'll stick some dragoons here. Let's get another dragoon. Another probe. Now I'm actually going to send him down the ramp and see if we can get some scouting done. Should be able to build a cannon there. So let's see what we've got down here. That looks like a hydralisk. I have a feeling that's probably deliberate. So, some more dragoons, definitely. Can we get ground weapon upgrade? Yes. So the dragoons have extra attack range now as well. I think another probe. Right, that's way more than that guy can handle. we go. I don't think shield batteries get used a ton outside of the campaign. Just a lot of dragoons. You'll notice both Protoss units actually cost that we at least what we have available cost two supply. And then once that's dropping back there, you can go back to mining. So let's see. Right. Now these are going to get stuck on the ramp. See if we can get him back and get him shielded. You're getting a fair bit of mileage out of this out of this shield battery. Actually, I want to build another cannon, maybe even 2 more cannons.
You've not enough minerals.
That's going to prevent that cannon building there. In StarCraft 2, the thing that's nice is the items get taken out of your the minerals get taken out of your pool as soon as you lay down the building for construction, and they get returned if you cancel the building, or I guess the unit about to build the building gets destroyed, which is a bit easier in terms of the accounting. Right. Let's see what if we can get any other upgrades. No. I think another zealot actually. Quite like that idea. Right. That's more than we can handle, but we could probably push some dragoons down this ramp. In fact, I think I very much enjoy massing dragoons. I think they're great. I find them more fun to use than zealots. They're what the dragoon is when a Protoss warrior gets fatally wounded, he can sometimes be resurrected as a dragoon. For those of you who have played or know a fair bit about 40k, very similar to the dreadnoughts from 40k, who are space marines who've been critically injured or even near close to death, who are very close to death and get resurrected in a way as dreadnoughts. Right. And here we have Reavers, so we are going to want to be able to build scarabs. We are going to also want to push. Now what I think we want to do is build some more pylons up, and what we're going to have to think about is how we're going to push along here, because this is not a straightforward case of just going down the ramp. These can only hold 5 scarabs at the moment. You do get upgrades later that allow you to increase that. I think we do want to lend some support to those forces, because on their own they will really struggle. We can't actually build any more units because we are supply blocked. You get there, you build a pylon there, and also build a pylon there, and also build a pylon there. So those Reavers are in major trouble there. So I think it's time we sent the support in. It's quite a hefty set of Sunkens to deal with though.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy with not enough minerals.
I'm gonna save here. I'm not actually sure how far we're supposed to engage in this one, because we are running very low on minerals here. Very, very low on minerals.
Your command? As you will. Immediately. I hunger for battle.
I think it might be just the case that we're supposed to use the Reavers, bring the Reavers down here, and now what we want to be careful is we don't want the Reavers to attack things that they don't need to attack. Okay, we can definitely bring these forces around to support. No, we want to focus the sunken colony, and that will give us some resources up here to access. What we want to be very careful of is make sure Fenix is okay. Pull that one back. Now, we don't want to overextend with the Reavers because they will waste ammunition. Fortunately, they don't do splash damage to us. Each Reaver shot is 15, so we don't want to be spending them too casually. Especially considering we're out of minerals there, and we don't have enough to actually build the expansion. Definitely want to take out this. We will keep attacking there. We don't want that to...
What would you ask of me?
So we want to take that sunken colony out. There we go. Don't want that to be fighting on its own. So we've got loads of minerals down here. Problem is, it's going to be long distance mining, so it's going to be a long time before we're putting a nexus down there. But we'll send these along anyway. I'm going to send a couple of zealots along the path just to protect them. We want to stay out of range of that sunken, which we were just about out of range of. Now there's definitely an argument to be made here for using... I'm going to hold these positions here because there is a little thing where, because of the way that the attack range is worked out, Dragoons can outrange some things by, I think it's coming in from above, but I'm not sure. No, certainly not that. I think we want to think about using the Dragoons against the not the Dragoons, the Reavers against the sunken colonies. So it's going to take a couple of shots. In fact, I reckon 3 shots from a Reaver should do it. So what we're going to do is use each Reaver to do 3 shots. In fact, we'll probably get enough minerals just to sustain the Reavers. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but... And then that one. And then that one. You can see the Reaver's got very long range. Now, that's not going to be enough to kill it, so we'll finish off with some Dragoons. But very, very easily dispatch that. And again, we'll go in for an attack with these. So once I've fired one, I'm going to pull it back to basically save the resources from it. There is an upgrade that gives them 25 extra damage, so that would basically guarantee that 3 shots would kill a sunken colony, which is very nice indeed. Keep these out of the way. These can get the Hydralisk Den, which is not actually a priority at this point, but it won't hurt. And let's destroy that So again, as soon as one's fired, we'll pull it out of the way, and then we'll get the dragoons in here. And we are not far off. Now how many? I think another couple of shots here. They do splash damage as well. It's not a huge area, but I think we can justify the outlay. Now that one. And then I think now that's the challenge there. We need to and then I think these need to fire another off. And then this one. I think these are all out of ammo now. But that works out okay. In fact, that did enough damage. Now we just kill the cerebrate.
What would you ask of me? For hire.
She's got a fairly healthy amount of HP. Just kill those overlords, because why not? Ah! There we go.
I will remain behind and observe the effects of our attack. Return to the Citadel. I shall notify you when the brood becomes erratic.
And there we go. So we have successfully pacified this brood. And we will see what happens in the next mission. Thank you and goodbye.